Greetings, one and all. Scoring more goals than your opponent is how you win an ice hockey game. That is nothing new. That is the way it always has been and probably the way it always will be. Scoring goals is one of the most important parts of ice hockey, along with preventing goals scored against you. With that in mind, let's take a look at 5 NHL players who didn't score a single goal this season. Let's look at a few NHL players who should have found the twine this season, but had no such puck luck. Each player in this list played at least 45 games this year, so don't expect to find any rookies who had limited games being called up from the minors or the juniors. And of course, I have tried to stay away from defensive defensemen as much as I can due to their lack of goal-scoring consistency, but you know as much as I do that some of them are bound to make it onto this list. So let's get started. We begin with Nikita Zadorov. Zadorov hasn't scored a goal since the 2014-15 season and hasn't scored a single goal as a member of the Colorado Avalanche. Zadorov played 56 games for the Colorado Avalanche this year, had only 10 assists and was a -20. I mean, I don't blame him for not getting much success this year as the Avalanche have been a steaming pile of turd, but no goals in 2 years? Wow! Zadorov has 4 goals in his career, all with the Buffalo Sabres, with one coming in his 7-game call-up as a rookie in 2013-14. I bet he was thinking he would have a great shooting percentage after that stint. Hate to disappoint you, Zadorov, but you're not exactly Rocket Richard. Next up, we have Brendan Gaunce. Gaunce has only scored 1 goal in his NHL career, which came last year in a 20-game call-up with the Vancouver Canucks. This season, Gaunce played 57 games, had 5 assists, and was a -2. As a 23-year-old centre who has 6 career points in 77 games, you've got to step it up, Gaunce, or the Canucks will be happy to ship you off elsewhere, considering the young talent they're starting to stack up on. We move on to Brooks Orpik. Brooks Orpik has been around for a while, and of course he hasn't been known as a prolific goal scorer. But I was surprised to learn that this is Orpik's 5th season without scoring a goal. Orpik played in 79 games this year, all with the Washington Capitals. He had 14 assists and was a +32. So the first player that hasn't scored a goal on this list that actually was a plus. Judging by the fact that Orpik has 175 points in 901 NHL games, you might say that Orpik is too obvious a pick. To that I say, did you take the time and effort to make this video? Didn't think so. If you want a different list, make your own video. Punk. Yeah, that's right. Penultimately, we have Andrew Desjardins. Surprisingly, Desjardins has never reached more than 8 goals or 17 points in a season in his 7-year career with the San Jose Sharks and the Chicago Blackhawks. So it isn't too far-fetched to believe that Desjardins would be unable to score a goal this season. Well, that's exactly what happened. Desjardins had 1 assist and was a -6 in 46 games with the Chicago Blackhawks this year. Now, considering the 30-year-old is clear in his bottom 6 depth role, I don't think the Blackhawks will complain with his production, since he has helped bring a Stanley Cup to the franchise in the last few years. Finally, we have Matt Tennyson. Tennyson hasn't established himself as an NHL goal scorer in his 105 games of NHL experience. This season, he had 6 assists and was a -13 in 45 games with the Carolina Hurricanes. His first year with the team after playing 60 games over 3 seasons with the San Jose Sharks. The 26-year-old Tennyson is hitting his prime years and will need to refine his bottom defensive pair role in order to remain in the NHL and keep playing in the best league in the world. So there you go. Yes, what you notice about quite a lot of these players, we've got 1 from Chicago, 1 from Vancouver, 1 from Washington, 1 from Chicago, and 1 from Carolina. 2 of those teams made the playoffs. However, there was only 1 player out of all of those 5 that was actually a plus on the plus-minus. Of course, plus-minus is starting to become a bit of an outdated thing, but it's really interesting, and I tried to keep away from the defensemen, but of course, some of them crept in. But there you go. What do you think about these scoreless players? Did you expect them? Were they a surprise? Or did I pick too many defensemen? I probably did, but let me know. Do let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear what you guys think. But thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. Please feel free to like, subscribe, share, or watch some of my other videos. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.